All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz coming at you with another live lesson. And they were afraid, okay? Who was afraid? All the other nations, mainly Esau, Edom, okay, because they seeing His truth, have went out to the four corners of the earth, and we being raised up, okay. This is according to that's how we know we at the end, okay. This gospel is being preached throughout the four corners of the earth, okay, and then the end shall come, okay. Well, let's get into it today. The book of Mark, turn to the book of chapter 5, verse 2. And when he has come, and this is Yahweh Shai, and when he has come out of his ship, immediately they met him out of the tombs, a man with an unclean spirit. And that man with the unclean spirit symbolizes Israel, okay? We had an unclean spirit calling God Ahia, calling God Yeshaya. I'm a Islam. I'm a Christian. All these false titles, okay, and false religions. And I said this before on multiple occasions. GMS, you don't need to look any further. They got it. They cracked the riddle. We discussed this on multiple occasions. We talked about this. They cracked. They got it. Down. If you don't got the doctrine of GMS, mainly that God's name is Yahweh and His Son's name is Yahweh Shai, and via other particular doctrine breakdowns, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, this is deadly serious. You won't make it out. Not with your life. You won't make it out. But if you an Israelite, you come back though. But it's going to be a horrible legacy is going to be attached to you in the kingdom. You be good though. We'll love you in the kingdom. But you're going to have a horrible legacy attached to you because you took the mark of the beast. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay. Okay, so Israel is the one with the unclean spirit. Let's read it from the top. Verse 2. And when he had come out of the ship, immediately there was one that met him out of the tomb, a man with the unclean spirit. Okay, verse 3. Who had dwelt among the tombs, and no man bind him, no, not with chains, because when he had been bounded with chains, he had plucked asunder by him, and fetters broke in pieces. Okay, so this man had an unclean spirit. He broke the chains. Okay, they try to bind him, and the fetters were broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him. So this man was a wild man. This symbolizes Israel. Verse 5, and always night and day he was crying in the mountains and the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But when Yahushua afar off, he ran and worshipped him and cried with a loud voice and said, what have you to do with thee, Yahushua, thou Son of the Most High Power? I adjure thee by that thou torment me not. Okay, so the demons know that Yahushua is God of heaven. Okay. Remember, we have a God, the supreme God, Yahweh, okay, that's the supreme God of heaven, but we do have a Yahweh Shai, okay, that sits on the right-hand side of Yahweh. For verse 8, for he said unto the unspirited uncle, he said unto him, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many, many devils, okay? Many demons. And he besought him much that he would not send him away out of the country. Now when there was nigh unto the mouth the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. Verse 12, and all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine that we may enter into them. And when for Yahushua gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down the steep place unto the sea. There was about 2,000, and they were choked in the sea. Verse 14, and they that fed with the swine fed and told in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that he have done. Verse 15, and here's the point. And they came to Yahushua, and seeing him that he that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion sitting and clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. Okay, so they was afraid of it. Okay, and that's what these devils, the so-called man, the Edomites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, Elam, they all are afraid, because we're waking up. We're coming back into our original spirit. Okay, we're waking up. They becoming afraid. Verse Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 9. And said unto him, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say unto the wind, thus said Yahweh, power, come from the four winds, and breathe and breath upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and they stood up and came unto them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. And you see that great army now. You see that great army now, okay? Because the men of GMS got on the internet about 06, 07, and on the Unicorn, and they basically preached this gospel, okay? And this gospel has went out throughout the whole world, okay? And then the end shall come, and we at the end now, okay? We only just waiting for this devil to stop dragging his knuckles and just go ahead, put out the mark of the beast. We waiting for it, okay? Tell this devil just push the button, okay? Big bad so-called white man push out the MOTB. We waiting for it, okay? That's what this is. That's what this is about. Okay, we waiting for one last prophecy, okay, and the elect are sealed already, okay? I heard Tahar say the elect are sealed already, so we waiting for one last prophecy. Tell the so-called white man, stop dragging your knuckles, come out with the mark of the beast already so we could get out of here, so you can be. Let's read verse 9 once again. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 9. Then said unto me, he said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, O son of man, and say to the wind, thus say Yahweh power, come from the four winds and breath, and the breath upon these slain, that they shall live. Verse 10. So I prophesied as he was commanded me, and the breath came upon them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Verse 11. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they are saying, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts. Okay, so we were cut off. Okay, we haven't received no mercy. Okay, but now we receive mercy. Okay, turn to the book of Peter's. We were cut off, but now we receive mercy. The book of 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. And the lively stones are builded up, and a spiritual house of the holy priesthood offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to power and by Yahushua Mashiach. Wherefore it contains in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, the elect precious, and he that believes on him shall not be cut. And unto therefore he believes he is precious, he but unto them he is, unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builder disallowed, the same is made the head of the cornerstone. And the stone that stumbles, and a rock and of offense, even to them which stumbles at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they was anointed. Here's a point. But ye are a chosen generation. And who's this chosen generation talking to? That's the elect. Yahweh is only looking for elect on this side. On this side, you will make it out with your life on this side if you the elect. But if you're not of the elect, you won't make it out with your life. Not with your life. Okay, you be destroyed. But you come back though. Okay, when this thing goes down, when this thing finally goes down, you come back with your life, okay? You come back in a regeneration when all things are renewed. And when the Son of Man sits on his throne, okay, in glory. That's what this is about. If you want to know what this is all about, that's what this is about, okay? You won't make it out with your life, okay? You come back though on the next side, okay? Verse 9, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye shall show forth the praises unto him that hath called you out of darkness and unto marvelous light. Okay? And on that note, hopefully you was edified. Shalom. I just do 15 minutes.